okay? But yeah, so it was him that tapped me on my fucking shoulder. Excuse my language. So he comes up and he in my shoulder like multiple times, just like how I did this right here. This is what he was doing. I turn around, I'm like, can I help you? He's like, you can't have that hat on. What's good, y'all? It's Nunu here, and I'm coming to y'all without my weave. Y'all see my natural hair today. It's a hot mess. It's a hot mess. But anyway, so today, y'all already know it's gonna be a story time. I was planning on but I'm planning on doing like an unpopular opinion video. But see, look, I don't have an unpopular opinion yet. Like, pretty much I agree with most of the stuff I see, so I'm gonna have to go looking for one, okay? But, you know, anyway, y'all already read the title, so y'all know what the story is about. But let me just go ahead. Let's get into the story. So this story was this happened my junior year because I don't know if I already told y'all, but senior year I was homeschooled and I got sent to an alternative school for my junior year, but that's another story time, okay? So this was after I got sent, this is after I got expelled, after I came from my alternative school. I was back on regular campus, okay? But the way my school was set up, like, there was two alternative schools. There was one called Pathway, I think that's what it's called, and then the other one was called T Building. So they was initially gonna send me to Pathway, but then they told me, like, the reason I had got into, like, expelled or whatever, they told me that I couldn't go to Pathway because the people that was involved was going to be at that one. So I had to go to T Building, and T Building is pretty much attached to the school. Like, I think I told y'all our buildings, yeah, I did. I told you guys that my buildings and my high school was labeled by letters because it was a large school, right? So T Building was that building I was talking about. That one was the alternative school, okay? So I was going there for a while, and then they was like, I was doing good, so they was gonna let me go back to regular campus. So I'm like, all right, cool, you know what I'm saying? So this was I still had some classes. Oh, okay. I still had some classes in the alternative building, but most of my classes were on regular campus. So the way, like, the alternative school was, I ain't trying to get nobody in trouble, okay? But, like, the principal for the alternative school, she was cool as hell, okay? So pretty much we was, like, wearing what we wanted to wear. I mean, I'm just being totally honest. Like, we were supposed to still be wearing uniform, but I mean, who's gonna see you? Who are you gonna get in trouble by? You're already in an alternative school. So in that building, like at that school, you get points for being in dress code, and then if you save up like enough points, you can use it for like something else, like candy or extra drink. It's like little weird stuff. At the end of the week, you would exchange it for chips or candy or pop or something like that. So that's what you know, whatever. So we were supposed to be in dress code. Now, like I said, you can pretty much do what you want. You already in alternative school. I was wearing hats. I was wearing jeans. I was pretty much wearing stuff I wasn't supposed to be wearing. I was wearing it. Oh well, you know what I'm saying? Oh well. So, but I forgot that I'll go to regular campus like later on in the afternoons or whatever. So not my senior year, I was homeschooled. My junior year, when they allowed me to go back on campus, regular campus, the second semester, I would go on there and I would have to like be mindful. Now most of the time, if I did get in trouble for my dress code, I'd be like, my principal is the alternative school teacher, and then they would just be like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? But nothing too major. But anyway, so this the one. Okay, before I let me finish telling y'all about T building. So T building, when we was getting ready to go on regular campus, mind you, it was me. Y'all gonna hear about the story on why I got expelled in the first place. Y'all gonna hear about that story. I know a lot of people from my high school watch me. They probably want to know because it was kind of a big deal. I'm going to end up telling that story, but right now I'm just explaining to y'all why I got suspended this time. That, you know, that's a whole nother story. Whew. Okay, so this particular time, this was before they let me on regular campus. The reason for that story involved like some of my other friends, so we was all kind of like expelled together, like me and my best friend, and then I had another best friend, but she was already in T building. So my 3 best friends was in T building, and obviously I made friends while I was in there. So, well, I don't call everybody my friend. I was cool with people that was in there. So it was me and my 2 best friends was in T building, and then it was people we was cool with. We was in there. So when we came out, when it was time for us to come out, my principal was like, y'all ready to go back on regular campus? And I think she was asking us for us to say yeah, and she was just hoping we would say yeah, but we said no, right? So she was like, y'all want to go back to regular campus? And obviously we like, no, like we get to work what we want, we get to do what we want, we have fun in there. We used to come to school late and leave school early. Like, who wants to go back to regular school? You know what I'm saying? And we told her no, and she was like, well, I would let you stay, but those other girls, you know, they come in here next semester, so you can either swap with them, like go to the pathway, like which was the original alternative school. You can either go to pathway, or you can just be fully on regular campus. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna just go to campus, because no, like I don't feel like it. I just don't feel like it. So we ended up going to regular campus, but she told us that she would hook us up. So pretty much what she hooked us up with was she gave us the exact same schedule. She just told us not to tell nobody. So we got the exact same schedule, me and one of my best friends. My other best friend was still in alternative school. Okay? She just had like 1 or 2 classes over there. I think I had 1 class over there at first, and then they stopped putting me over there because the other girls was complaining, saying that they felt threatened with us being there. But that's another story, okay? We ended up having the same schedule. So so let's just speed up, because now I'm rambling. The way our school was set up, again, I don't know if I said this already in my other story time, but I'm pretty sure I did. We had 6 different lunch schedules, like lunches or whatever. So it was like 3A, 3B, 4A, 4B, 5A, 5B. And I never, all 3 years I was at the high school, I've never switched lunches. I've always had 4B lunch both semesters every year. Okay? So this particular time, like we don't eat in the cafeteria. We eat outside. So this particular day, like this time or whatever, it was around spring. Yeah, it was around springtime. It was raining outside. Okay, so in the mornings, because I go to T building in the morning, I had a baseball cap on. Now, look, I totally get it. It's the open campus. Having on a baseball cap blocks your face, so can't nobody see you. So if I tried to do something to harm any of the students, I totally get it, okay? Okay, but I had a fucking lanyard on with my ID and my face on it. And I've been in the office, you know, well enough for y'all to know who the fuck I am, but, you know, let me get to the story. So what happened was, I had on this blue baseball cap. It wasn't this color blue. It was more like this color blue. Yeah, it was this exact color. So it was this color blue. And then I had on this, like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like the material of wearing long johns. I had on that. And it was this same color too. And then I had on dark jeans. They were not black jeans. They weren't blue jeans. They was just dark jeans, okay? And then I think I had on, if I had that on, I probably had on the Oreo 5s. I think that's what I had on. But That's what I was wearing. And then I ended up, I went there in the morning. Nobody said anything. I was wearing it all morning of campus. And everybody's outside in the morning. Like, before they go to class, everybody's meeting on Central Terrace, meeting up with their friends to walk to class with people, blah, blah, blah. Teachers be out there, students be out there. Everybody's out there. That's where I was after I left T building. So you saw me, okay? I was around principals and teachers. They saw me. Nobody said anything. Lunchtime rolls around. Mind you, it's 4B. So that means it's, what, 11:25, something like that. I think it was around that time. And I meet outside with my friends. And that was our little group. That wasn't the whole group, but I know for that specific day, it was that little group. So we all met outside, and we was talking. They was like, where y'all want to eat today? Because y'all know it's sprinkling out here. So I'm like, okay, we could eat under the stairs of N building. And I think I told y'all in my last story time that N building is the library and stuff is upstairs. And then the bottom is like vending machines, and then it's like 2 sets of staircases, like you can go up on both sides or whatever. So we're not supposed to eat under there. You're actually not supposed to be in the hallways at all if you aren't in class. You're supposed to be either in a class, in a study hall, or in lunch. Like, you're not supposed to be wandering the hallways at all, but we do what we want, okay? So we ended up in the hallway and saying we were going to eat under the stairs, okay? Obviously, they have cameras in the school, so they were going to send somebody out there if they saw us. But they don't really care for real. Unless somebody complains that we're being loud, they didn't really care. So we were like, we're just going to eat under in-building stairs, meet back here in like whatever time. And then everybody was like, okay. So that was what we established, right? So some people were going back to their lockers to go get their lunch out their lockers or go get money out their lockers for lunch. Some people was going to talk to teachers real quick, then they were coming back. Some people were getting in the actual lunch line, and then it was like me and my friends who don't eat regular lunch. We went into the snack line. So, you know, we was getting our little snacks or whatever. We had got that, and then I used to eat like Skittles or Starburst or something. So that would be the only thing I would ever eat for lunch, like ever. So that's why I had gained a bunch of weight in high school, in case y'all wondering, okay? So I ended up going in the snack line with my friends. So it was like, I think 4 or 5 of us in that snack line. We were just talking and stuff. And I'm sitting in there talking. Mind you, I still got my hat on because it was raining outside. And do you see this? This is a perfect story time, and it's the perfect time for me to have my hair like this. It was raining yesterday, and I never got to reflat iron my hair. Do you see my hair? That's how my hair was at school, because, well, this particular day it was a lower ponytail. It was in the back, but my hair was just like this because it had rained yesterday, right? So that's why my hair is like this now. This was the same thing that was happening at school. It was raining outside, so my hair was like this, but I didn't have no headband like this to hold my hair down so that my edges would stay down. I had the hat. That was the only thing covering my nappy head, okay? So that's what I had on. So we're in there talking, lollygagging in line, waiting for our turn to go to the snack bar. And I feel like somebody like tap on my shoulder, but it wasn't not no tap. It was aggressive, like you really trying to get my attention. So I'm like, who the fuck is touching me? You know what I'm saying? So I turn around, I'm like, and it's one of the security guards. Now, I'm friends with one of the security guards. We're actually friends on Facebook. What's up? Okay, I like him. I always liked him. He was really cool. But this isn't the security guard I'm talking about. It was a different security guard who seems to not know how to not involve himself in stuff. Like, I'm trying to be nice right now because I don't like him. Like, okay, obviously it's a large school. There's probably like 4,000 students in the school. There's a lot of students in school, which means everybody's not gonna get along, which means obviously somebody's gonna fight eventually. He's the type of person where he likes to get involved in the fights. And at this school, even if you did it on accident, even if you tapped the teacher, okay, slightly, if you hit a teacher during a fight, it's an automatic expulsion. He was the type of person that liked to get himself involved in the fights on purpose so them kids could get expelled. Like, it's like, why do you have a job working with students if you don't like kids? But yeah, so it was him that tapped me on my fucking shoulder. Excuse my language. So he comes up and he in my shoulder like multiple times, just like how I did this right here. This is what he was doing. I turn around, I'm like, can I help you? He's like, you can't have that hat on. Obviously, I read the handbook and we're allowed to wear hats. They didn't even say what specific hats we could wear. They told us we could wear skull caps, like the little beanies, all that. They said you were allowed to wear those, but they had to come off in the classroom. Obviously, I'm at lunch. Obviously, I wasn't wearing the hat in the classroom, but he had something to say. So he was like, yeah, the hat's got to come off. Mind you, I'm standing up in the snack line. Other people are sitting down eating their lunches already, or they're still in the main line getting lunch. So people are staring at him, coming up to me, approaching me. And I'm already embarrassed. I get embarrassed easily. I don't like attention being drawn to me. I don't like it. And if I feel like you're trying to embarrass me, or I feel like attention is being drawn to me, I automatically get on a defense mode, and I feel like you're trying to be funny, right? So when he did that, I instantly caught an attitude, because why are you trying to embarrass me? Why would you come up to me saying this all loud, tapping me on my shoulder in this line when there's people in line staring at me, there's people sitting down in this area that are watching me? I just didn't think it was cool at all. So he did that, and of course I caught an attitude, and I was just like, I'm gonna take it off. So he was like, yeah, do it now. Okay. I am the type of person where I don't like to disrespect my elders. That's just the way I was raised. And although I had an attitude, I was still talking to him respectfully. So I said, I'm going to take it off. And the fact that you told me, yeah, do it now, you're not my father. My father don't even talk to me like that, okay? At all. My father don't discipline me at all. So why would you think that you are going to tell me what to do and talk to me like you're crazy? So I instantly looked at him and I said, I heard you the first fucking time. I'm getting ready to take it off. Now, should I have cussed? Probably not. But like I said, I'm embarrassed. So I felt like you were trying to embarrass me and trying to be funny. And I wasn't going for that, right? So I told him, I heard you the first fucking time. And he was like, oh, really? And I said, yeah, really? Because I'm a sarcastic asshole. And then my friend started laughing. It was like, Lauren, just take it off. Like, we'll fix your hair in the bathroom. I'm like, okay. So they trying to smooth my hair. Y'all see how frizzy it is, okay? They're trying to smooth my hair down to let it stay, because when that water touches my hair, it's going to curl right up. I do not like my hair when it's curled. It is very hard to deal with. It's very hard to manage. And I have shrinkage. I have the worst shrinkage in the world. Okay? My hair is down here, and when it gets wet, my hair will be here. And you think I'm bald-headed, okay? So I was super mad. I'm like, if I go out here in this rain and this water touches my head, I'm literally going to be fucked. Like, I will walk home. Because I lived around the corner from my school. Because I live right around the corner from the school. Like, I'll walk home. I'll do it. I promise you, I will. I'll do it. So he ended up walking off, like, to go deal with something else in the cafeteria. And I'm like, I know this fucker didn't just come up to me and try to embarrass me. And they were like, yeah, he ain't have to be that loud, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, nah, like, that's not cool. I just don't like attention being drawn to me, especially if it's negative. That's not me. Like, I don't know. I just don't like it. So I hate being embarrassed. So we're sitting there, and we finally get in the lunch line, and my favorite lunch lady, hey girl, she was in there. She was like, what's wrong, sweetie? And I'm like, I don't like that man. She was like, I don't like him neither. So we all laughing and stuff, and then she was like, try to have a better day. Obviously, I can't hold a grudge worth a lick of shit, so I was over it. I completely forgot about it. You know, whatever. We go in the bathroom, I fix my hair, I put it back in the ponytail, and then I put the hat back on my head because I'm going outside. So I grab my Bosco sticks and my little sauce and my stuff, and I grab it, and we all leave, go outside. So we walk, I don't know how to describe this. Okay, there's two ways to get out of the cafeteria. There's the normal way, which is through like the front doors. Okay, then there's the back way, which leads to the back half of the school. And then, oh no, there's 3 ways. You can obviously come out of the cafeteria, and before you hit the second set of double doors, there's a long hallway that leads to in building, which the stairs lead to upstairs. You can walk that way, walk this way, you're out the front door. Okay, we were walking down this hallway to go this way to sit under the in building stairs. And as we're leaving, we're walking through there. Our friends are starting to catch up with us. So they're all walking with us. We're all walking. We go to in building. We're eating there. And then there's this other teacher. I mean, this part isn't really necessary, but there's another teacher that comes there. He's like, you guys aren't supposed to be in the hallway eating. So hurry up and finish eating, and then you have to go. We're like, okay. So we finish eating, and then pretty much because he didn't, yell at us or try to like get us in trouble, we were just like, we're gonna leave because that man told us to leave. We'll just find somewhere else to sit since we done eating. So I'm all right. We go outside. Mind y'all, I still got my fucking baseball cap on. Okay, that teacher didn't say anything. None of the teachers in the cafeteria said anything. It's just this specific security guard. Okay, so we walk out the front door, and there's a bench right by the doors of in building. Like there's this. I wish I could show you, but like there's walls here. It's not a big cape. It's just like this little section that looks like they took a chunk out the wall. There's a bench right in between like this dip in the wall, okay? And yeah, so we sat there. I took my book bag. I don't know what the hell I was doing, but I had took my book bag off, set it on the bench, set my Skittles and my Starburst down on the bench. I think I was fixing my shoe. I think that's what it was. And I start fixing my shoe, and I'm talking to them. So we out there cracking jokes like we normally do. We out there laughing and joking. And this one dude that had a crush on me, like he came out of the blue. I don't know where the hell he came from, but he saw us outside and he was like, can I sit with y'all? So I'm like, yeah. So he starts talking to me specifically, asking me who the hell did I think I was, like cracking jokes and stuff. So as we're talking, I hear somebody say, what the hell is he coming over here for? So I'm like, I'm thinking it's somebody they don't mess with or something like that. And I look up, and it's that same retarded security guard. And I'm like, is he gonna keep following me like around? So he comes up to me, he said, I thought I told you to take the hat off. And I said, you told me to take the hat off in the cafeteria. I'm outside. So he said, you know what? Take the hat off and give it to me. I said, who you talking to? You know what I'm saying? And he's like, I'm talking to you, so take the hat off and give it to me. And I'm like, so now you trying to embarrass me in front of my friends. On top of that, this boy like me, and you trying to embarrass me in front of him. I'm like, I see what type of tip you on. I'm on that with you. So now I'm in defense mode. I'm not trying to respect you no more. You're rude as shit. So he's like, just take the hat off and give it to me. I said, did you pay for this motherfucking hat? Said, I won't give you shit. He said, oh, then I got a simple solution. Let's just go to the office. And I said, you can take your ass to the office, and I'm going to sit right here and finish eating my stuff. So my friends are laughing now. And he's getting embarrassed because his face is turning red. So he's like, I'm not here to play games with you. I said, let me tell you something. You can talk all you want to, but if you put your hands on me, it's going to be a fucking problem. Now, get away from me. So he was like, you need to go to the office or it's going to be an issue. And I said, then let it be an issue. Like, let it be an issue. So he went to the office and then came back out with one of the principals named Mr. Brown, and I don't like his ass either. And yes, I just said his real name. So, Mr. Brown comes outside and he's like, Lauren, come on. You already know. Come on. I'm like, okay. I said, I'll be back, y'all. This bitch, not Mr. Brown, the fucking security guard, has the audacity to tell me, yeah, I highly doubt it. Did I ask you what you highly doubt, you old hag? I said I'll be back, and bitch, I'll fucking be back. So he's like, yeah, okay. I walked to the office. Y'all tell me why. First of all, I'm texting my mom while we in the office because obviously I'm already troubled and you ain't finna take my phone. So I take my phone out and I'm texting my mama. I'm like, look, I'm probably finna get suspended. She's like, why? I said, I'll let you know later, but you gonna be pissed. My mama hates when that school calls her about dumb stuff, which they did very often. Between me and my brother, they did it very often. So, she's like, okay, let me know when, or call me when you get done, or blah, blah, blah. So I'm sitting here and he's like, now, Lauren, what's going on? I said, your special needs security guard needs to stop talking to me. Mind you, the security guard standing right there, Mr. Brown sitting in his desk, and I'm sitting in like the seats that they have in his office. So he's like, well, first of all, I told her, I said, what you ain't finna fucking do. And then Mr. Brown was like, you know what? You could just leave. So he told the security guard to leave, and the security guard got mad because he couldn't sit in there and run his mouth and tell the little lie he was getting ready to tell. So he got put out. So he was like, what happened? And I said, he told me to take the hat off. I took the hat off. Then I came back outside, put the hat back on. It's raining and I'm black. So obviously, what is he gonna say to that? Nothing. So he's sitting there and he's just like, well, I mean, he told me you were cursing at him. And I said, what did he say? I said, he told Mr. Brown I called him a bitch. I never called him a bitch. I cussed at him, but I never called him a bitch. I called him a bitch just now, but I didn't call him a bitch when I was talking to him. So I said, oh, so he's lying. I said, I cursed at him, but he's like, well, he said, well, because this is a he say, she say, and he is an authority figure, we're going to have to suspend you for 3 days. I'm getting suspended because I didn't take a hat off, and then he lied and said I called him a bitch. Like, are you serious? He was like, I'm sorry. I said, okay, well, so I'm like, I was like, are you serious? He said, well, yeah. I said, okay, that's fine. And he's like, okay. And I said, call my mom and let her know why I'm getting suspended right now. Now, my mom has been into this school, I can say, like, more than 10 times. I am in no way trying to glorify being a badass kid, because I was not trying to get my mama no troubles in school. My grades was on point. I was a good kid. But I did not like authority figures because the teachers at that school really thought that they was your parents. My mother hates Mr. Brown, and she just was, he knows that my mama don't like him. So he didn't want to get in any more trouble with my mother. He was like, no, and you really shouldn't be on your phone while you're in here. So if you don't stay off of it, I'm going to take it. I said, how are you going to take it? I'm already suspended. Who am I supposed to call to come up here and get me? I said, I'm calling my mother. You're not taking my phone. And you need to give me my hat, because I had took the hat back off and he tried to take it and put it like in the, what's them things called? A file cabinet. He tried to put it in one of them, and I'm like, no. So he was like, oh, okay. So I called my mom, and he instantly sped walked out of the room. I guess he knew my mom was going to ask for him, because I called her. She said, so what happened? I said, I'm suspended for 3 days. And she said, for what? And I said, because he got mad that I didn't take a hat off. She said, I read y'all handbook. Your handbook said y'all could wear hats. Y'all can't wear them in the classroom. I said, that's exactly what the hell I said. So she was like, where's Mr. Brown? I want to talk to him. I said, it's really funny because when I told him I was calling you, he sped walk out the room. So she starts laughing, and she's like, okay, well, I'm going to have your sister come get you, because I think my sister was either on break or she had just left work or something. She was like, I'm going to have your sister come get you. And, I mean, I guess you going to have to be suspended. I said, well, I guess so. She said, and I'll be talking to the school board. He's not allowed to discipline you, talk to you, or do anything else regarding you, and I'm not playing. Talking about Mr. Brown. So my sister came and get me, and guess what the hell we was doing? We was walking around campus for an extra 10 minutes. Yes, the hell we were, because by the time my sister came, I don't know, I think she was leaving work, so it took her a while to come get me. It was like an hour. So when she got off, and I had to sit in the office for an hour. So when she got off work, she came there, and I was literally walking to all my classes, getting work for the next 3 days, and it was in the middle of passing periods, so I was talking to people. I didn't care. I'm already suspended, you know what I'm saying? So I went and got my work. They like, what happened? I'm like, I'm going to tell y'all what happened, you know what I'm saying? And then, yeah, I ended up getting suspended. When I got back from off my suspension, they actually called me into the office for a meeting. They're like, Mr. Brown is no longer your principal. your new principal was, so if I was a junior, it was the guy I was supposed to be the senior principal. I can't remember his name, but he was cool as hell. Like anybody that, it wasn't our current principal, like the one that's there now. His name is Mr. Carstens. It wasn't him. It was the other one. But yeah, once I came back, they were like, this is your new principal. Mr. Brown is not allowed to talk to you. He's not allowed to discipline you or say anything to you at all. If so, your mother was told to be notified about it and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, she really went through with that. My mama is a real one, okay? But yeah. Anyway, you guys, it was a short story time for the first time in my life ever. Thank God. But if you like that story time, give me a thumbs up. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Also, what was I gonna say? Follow me on my social media. Y'all not leaving me no comments. I want y'all to leave me comments. Tell me what y'all want to see. If you don't want to put your comment down below, go ahead, add me on Instagram and DM me. You know, DM me ideas you want to see. And I will see you in my next video, okay?